What's up, H-Town and all around OSG, Dani? This is the Dash Dispatch. Welcome back to. Thank y'all for joining us. This will be the last one while we go on a break. We'll bring you news if any news comes out during the break that is relevant to anything that y'all want to know and need to know, of course. So, once again, thank y'all for coming in. We won't take y'all long, especially with the loss. But first off, like I said, I'm OSG, and with me tonight is Houston's own H-Town sports fan girl, Dani. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hi, happy Monday or Tuesday now.
It is happy
I'm
Monday
good.
when we record, right? It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever some people listen. I know somebody that
Yeah.
listens 3 weeks later, so it could be 3 weeks later. Hi, how you doing right now?
So in general, happy day.
Yeah.
Happy afternoon.
So
No,
happy.
it's been good over here.
Good. I know you've been having
It's been
fun.
good.
Astro's been doing well. You've been having a good time.
Astros, yeah, we just had Brewers. We did lose that series, 2-1 game loss, but it happens, and we're back tomorrow. So
Okay, good. Let's do that. Let's get back on the win. Somebody's got to be happening right now. World Cup's coming up too. So I know you. Are you excited for the World Cup? You plan on getting down to the
I
Fan Fest?
Yes, all the things are happening around the city. So I'm really excited that now everything's coming up to out in the I don't know, in social media, all the activations going on around the city.
I know. I'm excited. I plan on being there that Friday for the USA. I don't know if I'll make it in on Thursday night for the opening against Mexico, or with
Mhm.
Mexico to watch it in Houston. But I'll definitely be there all day Friday, messing around in the Fan Fest, and then finding a place to watch it on the Friday night, obviously for USA. Then spend some time there Saturday, and then we'll see. So I'll be in Houston for basically the open of the World Cup. I don't know who else with Foxtrot Media will be there, but obviously Dani will be around. So, y'all see us,
I'll be
come
around.
say hi. We'll be recording. We'll be saying hello. We'll be interviewing people left and friggin' right, because that's what's going to be fun. I'm ready to hear what people got to say. But, Dani, this is the Dash Dispatch. So let's talk Dash. Y'all
That's
follow
not
us on
Cash.
Foxtrot Media, on Foxtrot TV. We're going to be talking World Cup. We're going to be following World Cup. We're going to be at the mix zone. We're going to be at the fan zone and all that good stuff. So we'll try to bring you enough, as much content as possible from the World Cup as we can.
Yeah.
But, all right. So first off, Dash News. Makenzy Robbe posted on her Instagram that she's put the cleats on. She's back to training. It's physical training with herself, solo, not with the team or anything like that. And of course, she is on a season-ending injury declaration as well. So, before we all get our hopes up, I do not think there's any hope of her return unless the declaration is just misunderstood. Is it a season-ending industry? Everything that says on the internet when you look it up says season-ending injury, but it says out sometimes on the game report. So it'd be nice if she can return and come back, because this is her only year for the contract, her only year contract. I mean, her contract's up at the end of this year. So do we resign her? Do we bring her back? It'd be nice to see if she can get back into training and show that she was the asset she was to start the season. Dani, what do you got to say? I know you got a lot going on right there.
Definitely. No, I love opening my social media. You start your morning scroll, and I saw just she pulled out her cleats. I thought it was such a fun intro. I loved her creativity. She pulled off her cleats off the wall and tied them up, and you just saw her kind of kicking the ball around, and nothing too aggressive. Of course, I think it's been like what 6 weeks,
6 weeks, yeah.
6 weeks since injury. So I was surprised to even see her put her cleats back on, and she was smiling, so she looked good, and I think she's also ready to come out. She didn't play very long, and so I think she's really bummed about that too, and. I looked it up also that I searched. I'm like, okay, ACL, she's back. And it still all said year-ending injury. So I was like, okay, let's not be too hopeful. And then looking at it, I think she did just score that one goal against San Diego, if I'm not wrong. And so it's like we didn't see a lot. We weren't able to. Not that she didn't provide it. We just didn't see her long enough to show us exactly what all she could do. And of course, she hustled the games that she did play. I wish we could see more, but did she get injured before this one? Has she had other injuries? Is she injury prone? I didn't think so.
I don't think she's injured.
She's 32 now.
Yeah.
So
She's just kind of a surprise.
yeah,
We were hoping for bigger signings in the offseason, and we got 5 rookies and a Makenzy Robbe, and no shot at any of those ladies right there at all. Makenzy Robbe came in and did a great job, but like you just mentioned, Dani, she only had 2 games, or the third game is when she got injured, so it was a light
Yeah.
haul, but it was a haul that when the Dash were obviously doing well and playing well and winning well, and she scored that goal, and maybe even had an assist, but that's so long ago. But at that time, she was up there, up top, playing that position, playing that striker, and so we were playing well and scoring goals too. So we can keep reverting back to it, but like you said, the camera shots were small. There wasn't enough video footage to
Yeah.
really stay. So that's why I'm kind of hoping, right now that with what we have on this roster, hoping that she can get back to training with the team, and before Breeze getting a good look at her to decide if we, need to offer her a contract for next year, or do we have bigger plans in the future to where, hey, thank you, Makenzy, but it kind of, looks like she'll.
I know, and that's sad because you remember I was so excited about her. Her resume looked
Right.
good, and
Yep.
now that I this is her like kind of first serious injury, like that's not something that you just quit on a player for, right? Like when they're on their third injury or so, you're like, all right, she's kind of prone to it. We don't want to risk it. Let's not have him in the lineup. But this is her first one, and so I think maybe she could recover easily. She's back 6 weeks, and so I also don't want her to force it or feel pressured if we don't get to see more of her, but I would love to see more of her. She did start off the season really good, and it just sucks that we got what we got.
Hey, there's no rush, Makenzy. You have your own season ending, so you're not coming back to play. You just need to be, well enough and healed enough to where you can practice with the team. Let Fabrice know, hey, I'm good enough to play, and get
Yeah.
get him another 1-year contract. Get another 1-year
Yeah.
contract. We could use you. We do. We've been talking, Dani, in the previous shows about needing veteran leadership, not even just veteran leadership, but veteran experience in the lineup with these rookies and all the lack of experience that we have right now. Even Maggie Graham and Avery Patterson, you look at them two and you're like, those are stars, but they 2 years, 3 years, haven't been here long.
And again, from her coming from San Diego, who's number one, who's back to the top right now,
Of course.
I think that's just really good to have her on our team.
Yeah.
So
We'll
we'll just have to see.
yeah,
Hopefully she keeps us updated, though. Hopefully she keeps teasing us with little training videos and.
hey, if she's going to do that one, I expect to see more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks for the shout out, whoever showed us that one. Wink, wink. It came from the Discord. I'm pretty sure it was Jake. Following everybody. I'm now following her now too. Should have been following her from the beginning. Gotta keep up with every single player. Got to be ready.
Oh, absolutely.
I still follow Heather Hens. I'm like, come on, bring that keeper back. Heather Hens, bring that keeper back.
Oh, yeah. I think that's one thing I'm bummed about my old account was literally everyone I followed was just like my sports people. And now I have to follow everyone. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't follow her. I thought I did. I'm like, oh, wrong account. And I'm like, all right, refollow. And then I'm liking everything again. Like I'm a little stalker because I need them to know I like their stuff.
Right. Hey, let them know. That's the only way you get on the Jumbotron. The only way you get on the Jumbotron, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. But
we will.
All right. So, let's move on from Makenzy Robbe. We wish her the best, and it's good news and nothing but good news. So, hopefully, she'll get her opportunity. All right. International duty is coming up before we make this trip to New York, and a lot of international duty players were called up to their camps before this game, so that's why we're doing it kind of now, letting y'all people know there's a lot of people getting called up right now, and especially the one that just is the most recent one is Jane Campbell gets to go to Brazil for 2 games to play Brazil twice, which Brazil is the host for the 2027 World Cup, so that's a good thing that USA is going down there. Hopefully she'll get to play. Keeper got injured, and she's the replacement, so she'll be third string or whatever, so doubt Jane will get to play again, but you know what? It's experience, and it's the readiness and showing Emma that she can play. So that's the first one, Danny. Yeah, I know you got to be excited that Jane getting that call up and getting the
I
opportunity
am.
to
I
maybe play in the World Cup in a year.
Yeah, I always expect her to get called up. I don't know. It's such a brag. I always say Jane Campbell, and she's on the women's U.S. women's team. You have to watch her. You have to come to Dash.
Yeah.
But for third string, at least she's there. She's getting the vibe of the atmosphere, and just at least seeing the pitch and whatnot. So even if she doesn't get to play, she at least walks the field and just gets to breathe that air. And
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And you can't complain if you're in that position.
Yeah.
You're close to that opportunity. You just have to keep trying and see if it happens. So mention other players, A.V. Patterson as well, which is an expectation. So we'll see how much playing time she can work with. She still has good competition in her position. U23s is Leah Klinke and Kat Rader, and then the U20 Linda Olmark. Yeah, Sarah Puntengam with Australia. She's still the captain for not Australia. For Austria, she's still the captain for Austria. Evelina,
Which is also
she's a what?
which is also so great.
Mm-hmm. And then
I love seeing.
she's fun. She's fun to watch and play. And then Evelina Duljan, who like everybody's saying, who the hell is she? She's with the U23 Sweden team, so she gets her international call up. So it's one to mention as well. I do not know why we use her, so maybe if we have an opportunity during this break to find out, that's maybe one of the questions we'll ask. What does she need to do to get into the the 11 or at least the 5 subs? That we talk about every week. And then who else was there?
Botan and Italy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Boateng with Italy, and
And I like her. I like watching her play.
she's fun, right? She is super fun.
She is, yeah, she's a little sneak, and so it's, I don't know, she can get clever. I like it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be happy in the moment later on with the Gotham game, but Lisa Boateng's fun to watch, and you love her little quirkiness or quickiness, her experience, and her even her attack. She's got quite a shot on her too as well. But
hmm
all right, so international duties, everybody good luck, have fun, especially our USA women. Get out there and friggin' kill it. We'll be following
Yeah,
y'all and looking forward to it. All right, now for the bad news of the show. We went to New Jersey. We flew to New York, or no, actually, we probably flew to New Jersey, stayed in New Jersey, never even hit New York unless we crossed the river for a little bit of a vacation while we were there. But played Gotham
yeah.
in their place. Expected, we didn't expect to win. I don't think.
We need to win.
No, but I think we expected a little bit more than what we provided. Houston Dash fall 1-0 to the Gotham Knights is what I'm going to call them. I don't even know what their name is. This is Gotham FC, right? Gotham FC,
Yeah,
and it was a goal with 17 minutes into the game or 21 or something like that. And
by
unfortunately,
their rookie.
yeah, it was Boateng that kind of got fumbled on her feet and gave
Yeah.
Dudley or whatever her name is an opportunity to.
But that was her second attempt. The first
Yeah,
one she had tried in the game, and that was good. You have to give props to that team because they did take their shots. They didn't just wait for an open shot. Like they were trying to kick it past 3 or so girls,
taking an
right
opportunity.
over.
Nope.
And so for it to be a second attempt, I'm like, Dudley had a vision. She wanted to execute it. She eventually did, which sucks. I hate that it was so early in the game that we had so much time to at least redeem ourselves, and we just couldn't. Their goalie was also very good and quick, and so just because it was Raider that had the wall up, and she kicked it perfectly right over them,
Oh
and the
yeah,
goalie just was right there in position. And I thought it was going to go in for a quick second, but of course I knew, seeing that the score was 1-0, that she didn't. But when I watched it in the highlights, I was like, oh my
oh
gosh.
no, yeah. So it
And so
was, watching the game live. It was you watch the kick, obviously on TV, not in New Jersey. I didn't fly with them. The kick just wasn't far enough left, so the keeper was able to
yeah,
to get it on that same
popped
side.
in.
Yeah, so it was damn. I was like, come on, come on, come on. I was surprised if it was Raider getting to take it too at the same time, but I was not complaining either. Was interested. saw the opportunity. So we'll probably see more opportunities from Cat Raider or those free kick opportunities. But a quick
Because our girls did try. There was a few tries, so
there was
the tries were there. They just weren't executed.
yeah, it was a 6 shots, 3 on goal, a .48 XG,
Yeah.
which it was sad. The opportunities weren't there. We didn't get Kate Fossey the ball up top. We weren't playing direct very well. It was just, man, it was just a disappointment to watch and lackluster. And we know Gotham's a good team. They were fifth place, good
Yeah.
Gotham. Defending champions as well. We know, but it was only 1-0, and if we just could have, the final third is what's lacking again. So we're back at it, no goals, right? No goals, back at it, and just a
Goals, and
disappointment. And right at
I
the
think
break too, which makes it even harder.
right at the break.
So it
Oh my
lingered.
god, we could have at least tied this game, and I would have been happy. But not like the L. We got no points from this, and so now we're down to like 11th place. So we were 10th place last week, and now we dropped to 11th, which isn't as bad as I thought. But of course, Gotham got the points, and now they're sitting in 5th. And I was watching highlights. I was at the Astros game when the Dash game was going on, so I was keeping up on my phone, and just kind of just seeing the highlights go on. And then I watched the video last night, and it seemed like our defense, at least our back line, was holding it down. It didn't seem like Jane had to try and save too many balls. It still was going to her. I'm surprised she did make an appearance. I thought maybe she would take like one more break.
Good segue.
Because the Leslie was doing good. I thought she was doing good as a goalie as her first time coming up, and so I don't know who wanted her to play. Was it Campbell who was pressuring the coach to be like, put me in, or was it the staff that was like, we need her back in?
I think he said Campbell is ready, so she starts. So
Yeah, and
and it's disappointing to me because one game left before the break. Campbell with her head injury, still wearing the bandage,
yeah,
so something's still going on over there. So I'm not even worried about it. Hey, take another day off. You're good. Come back from the break strong. You're going to go to Brazil. Enjoy your trip in Brazil. And
right.
Caroline, we need
Like,
you to get a little more experience. You had a great start. You got a win in your debut start. You had came in and backup role in the game preview. We're now you get a road game. Now you get a road game against Gotham. Go out there,
yeah,
get some
give her that
experience.
experience.
We're not expected to win this game, so you know what? You deserve this start, right? And you don't tell
Why
me,
not?
yeah, why not, right? And that's why you question coaches, and that's why we're not coaches. We're still fans, whatever. But damn it,
Yeah,
and could have just started Carolina
I
again,
will say that.
and Jane did nothing
I
wrong,
know.
like you said, right?
Yeah, again, she did her best. With it being 1-0, like it could have been a lot worse. And so I think thankfully it is just 1-0. It did show like our defense was kind of holding it down some, but we needed someone to go a little harder at the goal on our side. And at least we tried. But that was one thing I noticed too about Gotham was that again, they weren't just waiting for an open shot. They were just kicking it when they could. They're like, all right, I think I can, and so Bailey shot.
Boateng, Klinke, Page, and Patterson were the starting four. Berkeley was the one who sat the bench and didn't even get to play in this game. So that was your starting four out of the five that Fabrice gets to choose. And then Chappie actually got some playing time later in the game, which I'm still surprised Chappie's getting playing time, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We'll see what happens when we come back from the break. See if obviously we're not going to sign nobody during the break because you can't because the window doesn't open till we come back. But I'm glad you said that about Jane. So I wish she could have said out one more, but let's
No more. We wouldn't have been mad about it. We see her work hard as hell. We would not have been mad if she did not show up for the Gotham game. And then we see Fossey got hit in the face with the ball, and she recovered quickly and stayed in the game. But it's just like, girl, you just got back.
right. Yeah. So and we wouldn't have been
It's
pissed if Jane wasn't starting either, too. So the fans would have been okay with it. Either way, whatever. whatever. Would have been a good experience. But
Whatever.
all right. Anything else you want to say before we move on from this friggin' game in New Jersey, playing Gotham tonight?
No.
Juan Carlos Oramos. God dang it, man! This friggin' guy's a thorn in our side, and not a Portland thorn. But yeah. But all right. NWSL Roundup. The games that happened this weekend before we move on to the World Cup break and come back. Racing Louisville played Denver Summit, and Denver Summit with the friggin' win. Abby Smith with a clean sheet again for the Denver Summit. That's crazy. So they're having a good time. Orlando Pride beat Bay FC 3-1. Banda with 2 more goals. 2 more friggin' goals. I think she's up to 11 or 12 now in 12 games. Just going off crazy.
That's crazy.
I think she got hurt though in that game. So I don't know, but don't quote me on that one. But I did kind of hear something, but I didn't verify it. We didn't quote check me. So anyways, we're not playing Orlando anytime soon. So she'll probably be back after break anyways if she did get hurt. But Kansas City, Boston Legacy, Chewinga with a friggin' goal. Whatever. She scored.
Of course.
She scored. You know, funny thing, she scored in the 69th minute. So that's the only thing that start off Pride Month. Portland Thorns.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Thorns, tied Utah Royals 2-2. Yes, hear you, dude. I friggin' hear you.
We all hear you. We all hear you.
You've been hearing him. He's like, this is the most you've ever talked on the show. Like, I don't know if he's trying to tell me to let the other one in, or what does he just want? He's like bugging me.
He has an opinion, clearly.
Yeah. He's not looking at me. He's looking around. He's not looking at the door. He's just checking shit out and talking too much right now. He wants to be on the show, I guess. But he won't come sit over here. He's up there on his freaking whatever. All right. Washington Spirit beat Seattle Reign. Lacey Santos got a goal. You know, actually, Washington Spirit scored all 3 goals in that one. So, yeah. You want to go out? Yeah. We trying to let you out, but. Come on.
So, how is everybody? What are y'all's thoughts about these games? Have y'all made it to a Dash game yet?
Oh my gosh. If they haven't, I'm disappointed that they haven't. If they haven't, and you haven't had the opportunity to even ticket giveaway. We do a ticket giveaway for every home game. So y'all make sure that next time y'all listen and we have a home game, please try to get the tickets. Let us know. Somebody's won 3 times already. So need more opponents.
Right.
Or she needs to play the lottery is what I need is what she needs to do. But as you mentioned, we're in 11th place, 14 points, tied with Seattle with 14 points, Denver Summit in 9th, 15 points, and then Orlando Pride with 17 points holding down 8th place. And then of course, Angel City with 13 sitting in 12th. So 12 games in, 16 to go, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
You're not in a bad place. You're 3 points out of the playoff, but after that start, there's some games you probably think you could have won. There's the games you definitely should have lost, and blah, blah, blah. Man, it's just, are you okay with where we're sitting in 11th?
No. Denver Summit is really starting to scare me, though. It's their first year, and I'm, going through just to make sure, to compare if we had played Gotham earlier in the season, and we hadn't. But then I go back in the history and see that Denver beat us 4-1, and now they're sitting in 9th place, and they're only moving up. Whereas, who is it? Yeah, and so it's just Boston Legacy is just kind of chilling where they are. They haven't quite gone down to last, but they've just been hanging out in that same 14 spot. But I think Denver is going to be someone to kind of keep an eye out, especially after the break.
Denver is, and they're a team that they kind of built themselves at the last minute too, and everybody's wondering about them. And they're the ones that have a better build than Boston Legacy did. So the legacy for Boston is you're not doing nothing. No.
Yeah, I say that just to keep an eye on them, and I know it's their first year, but that's what's kind of scary is that it's their first year and they're moving up, where we kind of are used to playing Angel City in the Wave and Royals and Thorns, and we know how that coach style is, and yada yada yada. But it's the Denver Summit. Like, we don't know how they are, and now we're seeing them. They're coming in strong, and it's kind of embarrassing because it's 3 of our players are on that team, and just to see them kind of
And they're
and
starting.
us kind of still figuring it out, it's just like, I don't know. And not that if we had them, it would have made our team any better. And so maybe, like, I still think we did the right thing, got good players in return, right? Young and fierce, but something needs to change, and we don't quite know what that is.
Look, Abby wasn't going to start for Jane. Sheehan probably could still be a starter or a prominent role player here. I wouldn't mind still having Yasmin Ryan though as well on this team.
Yeah.
She not making the U.S. Women's National Team roster right now anymore, but she was still a talent and a threat. And
Yeah.
if we could have held on to her a little bit longer, might have been a good thing. But we did get money for her, so as long as we spend that money in the right place and bring in the right people in return, then you can't complain. But right now, you're missing some goals, you're missing some offense, and that's an offensive player that you might have liked to have right now, just like a Makenzy Robbe. So
Yeah. It would help, and especially now because we don't have Robbie in. But one game it's our defense, the other game it's our offense, and it's just like we can't ever just unite, like come together.
No, and it's always the defense holding the back line too. They play their hearts out, and the 2 CDMs, Colaprico and Putingan this game, Maggie Graham playing a little bit more forward sometimes. But those getting the opportunity, and then Sophie Smith coming in and playing now as well, getting more and more playing time. And I'm not complaining about that one bit. She's been a blessing, a surprise too to me as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because that's how I remember Schmidt is fierce and getting in your face. Just like when we had Natalie Jacobs. Natalie Jacobs sometimes didn't mind getting in your face.
Yep, some fun players, just like Katie Lynn coming back and recognizing her. But
yeah,
all right, like I said, we were gonna keep it quick for y'all, so we're moving along. There's no cows in my farm over here. I'm not in a farm, but as we take this break, we do return in a month. Well, what is it? Call it 6 weeks. July 3rd is when we return. It's a Friday night game in Washington. We go to D.C. Then another Sunday night game a week later against your Denver Summit.
over there.
Over there, right? And then we play another game on the road against Racing Louisville before we return home on Friday, July 24th. But July 3rd and July 12th, we play those 2 games on the road. And then the transfer window opens.
Yep.
And that,
What was it, July 14th?
see, there you go. You heard the date right there. July 14th, transfer window's open. So Angela should be working by then. You have the 6 weeks that right now during this break. And then like I said, you have those 2 games prior. So we should be hearing rumors. We should be hearing something. We could also hear of a signing before that too. That's why I said, y'all stay tuned. We're gonna come up with something. We'll hear something. We'll keep y'all in tune, and we'll let y'all know if something happens during this break. So, y'all in the Discord, you'll know pretty quick. Y'all that follow us on IG or X, you'll know pretty quick. So we'll keep you in tune. But Dani, do you expect us to prepare for the transfer window in this summer break? What is Angela gonna do right now? Has Fabrice talked to Angela? Has Angela listened to Fabrice and said, this is Fabrice, this is what I would kind of like to have to help this roster out? Angela also giving her advice and telling Fabrice, this is the direction I think we need to go in with bringing players in. Is Fabrice asking to reach out for something? Obviously Bunny Shaw's off the market now, so you're not going up that high. But somebody that high of a market. Well, what is Dani expecting this summer break from the Houston Dash?
Honestly, if we do make a move, I could see us maybe not making a move. But if we did, I think I would have to kind of, and this is where I wish Laura was here, because I know she always talks about how we have too much defense, and at this stage, I kind of agree, because it's not like we're letting the other team score a lot, right? So like between our goalie and our defense, I think we're holding it down, but we do need a midfielder or something like that. I think just someone to prove that they can make goals.
What about a
I think will
prolific
help.
striker?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry,
why not?
Kate Fossey, but you scored one goal. You're still a rookie
Yeah.
among 5 rookies playing on this team, and your core of your team are basically still in their infancy in the NWSL, in the league as well. So I'm glad you said Laura would be here. She'd be saying we'd be signing another defender. So I do not know what's really going to happen, but Rebecca, her loan ends here pretty quick,
Ah,
and she started a lot for Logrono over there in Spain. I think they got, not I think, they got relegated again. I don't, and I haven't seen or heard anything about them offering her a contract and signing her full term and keeping her over there. So that's somebody that could return and pop back in our, our eyes right here, whatever you want to freaking call that. Um,
mhm.
so Rebecca would be a player that, one, I questioned earlier, why do we keep seeing Chappie on the field? I wouldn't mind. I like what seen Rebecca did. She played center back a lot over there. She played a lot of 3-back over there. So, and she played a lot of.
Okay.
She played a lot. She started games. It was her and Zoe Matthews that went over there. Zoe Matthews kind of disappeared halfway through the season, came back to the U.S., and then I'm not even sure where. I forget the team that she's on, Deportivo or something, whatever. She didn't play for them either. They won a. They won a title. She got the medal. She got to celebrate. But, Zoe unfortunately has kind of disappeared. But Rebecca played a lot, got a lot of playing time, did well. Their defense did well in certain games. They got to play Barcelona, one, Real Madrid, and some other. There's not too many phenomenal women's teams over there in Spain that are just like out of this place or whatever. But Rebecca's one that could come back. I don't know if you remember Rebecca, Dani.
A little bit.
Hopefully, she's a person that can come back and be a player that can be versatile and play on that outside, come off the
Yeah.
bench and cover up. So,
And that's kind of what we need. That would sound perfect. But also, it's like, does she want to come to Houston?
I mean, she's on a loan, so it's hey agent, can I stay with this team I'm at now, or I want to go back to Houston and I want to try it out. Houston could also be like, hey, Rebecca, we love what you've been doing over there. We're excited for you to come back. And prep her for it too
Yeah.
at the same time before she goes to her agent and be like, hey, so it's also, that's another question that, we could try to find out this summer if we get a chance to talk to the Houston Dash is ask them about Rebecca. And, her loan ends. Is she coming back to Houston? Have you heard from her? Obviously you're talking to her. She's our player, but so blah, blah, blah. Let's hear about it. But transfer
Yeah.
window, I hope that we go out there and we look for a prolific striker. You said midfield, but yeah, that would kind of, I don't know. That's what we brought Amina Ekik in for, too. A little experience in the midfield with a little bit of age, not a rookie. And, you got Maggie Graham. You have Puttingen getting some starts now, so there's the experience coming in a little bit more.
It's
So,
a lot of minutes. Graham is really impressive. So I hope she keeps playing the way she is and getting the time that she's getting. She's becoming one of my season favorites to
he's playing
watch.
90 minutes a game now. You don't take Maggie Graham
Hmm.
out no more. And she keeps pushing up, getting closer and closer. She's playing that cam role now sometimes and been a
Yeah.
CDM. Saw
Yeah. And
McComic.
you can see her hypersync, but yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you're right. It would be nice to have another midfielder on the bench. If we're not going to lose Dulja at all, so go ahead and wipe her off the slate. You know, uh,
Mhm.
but we need a scoring striker, one that's going to be a threat. Where there's going to be a threat a game, at least one threat a game or something. Even Holland, who touches the ball 4 or 5 times a game, is still a threat a game, and at least gets at least a shot on goal, or
Yeah.
Something close where you're like, oh, you lean up on your chair. So we need somebody like that to
Yeah.
just get you ready. So
We do.
mm,
We do.
well,
And we haven't had those moments really. I don't know.
no, so
The edge of our seat, kind of like, oh my God, is it going to go in? Is it going to go in? We just haven't had that, like, I don't know.
and when you got to tell them to shoot, right? The goal from Raider, the goal from Fosse were just brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant. Hey, opportunity. Let me shoot right here, and then good enough hits. Fosse, you're
Yeah.
probably going to say that's not the greatest of hits, but it was a good enough hit to where it went to the corner. She was aiming for it, had enough power to get past the keeper, and then Raiders was just a friggin' blast. So it's nice to see him taking those opportunities outside the box. We need to see more of those. Need to see more shots. More shots,
Yeah.
even if they're not on goal, just more shots. I'd like to see it say 17. And, if it says 4 on goal and 17 shots, then, we can work on aiming, but 17, you're pulling the trigger. You
Yeah.
bad analogy, but you can't kill nobody if you don't shoot at them. So.
Yeah. We need someone, if we're gonna have anyone in this transfer window, we need someone who's gonna come in and be like, all right, I'm sick of y'all bullshitting around and we need to handle business, and then just comes in and just like
Killer instinct.
And of course we don't want to step on anyone's toes either, but from like an outsider seeing how our team is doing, you know how sometimes you're too close to the picture, like our players are in the picture and they just don't get it, it's not clicking.
Yeah.
We need like the outside to come in and be like, all right, I see what's going on, and with enough experience just to be like, all right, let's do these.
All right,
changes.
there's some interesting players out there. I'm not going to manifest anymore because it's not been working right now in the past months of us trying to go out there and fish for some players. So we'll just let Angela fish herself, and we'll see what Angela can, pull out of the ocean for us since we're on the Gulf Coast right here. I hope something, man. I hope something. The winter window between seasons was a complete surprise with the rookies, the rookie signing,
Yeah.
and then Makenzy Robbe. You're like, whoa, what the hell? That okay? And now the season's starting. You're like, oh well, that's okay. That's what we're doing with. And then 4 of them start on week 1. So you're like, oh, you're scared. You're scared. You're scared. You're scared.
Yeah, but then what? Fosse got injured, and then Robbe got injured, and
That's right. Fosse
so
got injured in game 2. Robbe game 3 or what? Oh, yeah,
yeah,
and that's just our luck. But start the season off with those rookies doing that too gave us a little bit of hope and a little bit of belief. So, but now we're railing. We're coming back down to earth. So we'll see what this break is going to bring us and what we're going to do during this break, and come back and be ready. Houston's does good job, or the club does a good job about holding rumors in, but players on the
yeah,
other side typically don't. So somebody's going to find out about something. It just won't come from Houston first. So, that's why you got to check your rumors and, be careful about those rumors, and hear what you hear. But, we'll see. Dani, you're on Thread, so make sure you follow, oh God, what's his name? Jesus. I just had his name and then I lost it the second I told you. I was going to tell you to go follow him because he was on X and then he moved to Threads and now he's not on X no more. So I can't follow him on X. Been on our show quite a few times. If Andreas was on here, he could probably spit his name out. He used to come to Dash games and go to the press. I hadn't seen him in a whole minute either. So now I need to check on him, see what the hell's going on,
yeah. Let's check on him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I can't remember his friggin' name, but if Manny was listening too right now, he could probably say his friggin' name too, because they talk to him as well on their show too as well.
Okay.
Oh well, anyway,
It'll come to you at the weirdest time.
once we hang up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll text me like all caps, like exclamation mark.
Yeah. Here it is. Here it is.
I knew it.
Yeah. All right. I think we've had enough Dash, right? Let's hit that summer break right now.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the World Cup?
I am ready for the World Cup. I'm not planning to go to games because prices are a little cray-cray.
Same.
Yeah, and I was too late to actually volunteer for it, so I'll take this time to kind of just chill and check out all the fan fest things going on because, I have FOMO of missing out on free stuff and picture opportunities and surprise appearances.
There you go.
So I'll be doing that.
Well, Foxtrot TV is going to follow Houston's own H-Town sports fangirl around, and
Yeah. Well,
we're going to see what kind of free stuff we can get, what kind of photo
and
ops
so
and players you can run into.
like a no one asked part, Dash House. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
The Dash House?
Well, I saw it
Over
just
there
came
by
out. Yeah, go ahead and tell us about it. What do you know?
they're opening June 11th from 5 to 8 is I think is going to be like the first day, and then they're doing stuff Saturday and Sunday as well. They'll have, it's a free event for the public. They'll have music, activities, DJ. The first 100 people get like a customized shirt or some type. So I'm a shirt person, so I'll be the first 100 people. It helps that I work like 5 minutes away, so I'll just go whoop. But go check it out. Free stuff for the kids. It's summertime now. Get to know kind of the Dash vision a little bit more in your city. So that'll be a fun little weekend for families to come out to. And then also talking about soccer, about the break, because we have FIFA in Houston too. The Astros are doing a fun giveaway the weekend of June 19th. So I think it's Father's Day weekend. So that Friday, the Astros are giving out an Altuve soccer jersey. I think it's like the first 10,000 people. It's really nice. Keep in mind, it's only extra large. Please do not ask us if we have a size small or a medium or no. It's extra large, okay?
Take your shirt and go. Move it along. That's all you got to say, Danny. Move it along.
Move it on. Do not ask us, all right? We have a bingo card, and that's the first one we always stamp is if we have different sizes. No. Okay, extra large soccer jersey. It's really cute, though, Altuve. And then June 20th, a Saturday, is a career bobblehead, which is okay. But Father's Day is a soccer scarf.
Oh, nice.
And so it's like a Space City soccer scarf. So I thought it was really cool that like the Astros and like soccer kind of intertwine, like my two sports, and I can have like an Astro soccer scarf. So that was really fun. It says Space City.
That's on the 20th. Who we playing?
On the 21st. Oh man, I wish I had written that down.
Oh no.
The Astros are in town. It doesn't matter who we play.
Right. It doesn't. I'm just curious, how much am I going to pay to get into that game? Is it the Yankees or is it the friggin'
No,
Twins?
we Astros do not do giveaways for Yankees or Mets or whatever.
Oh, you know what? That's true. That's true.
Because they're going to put people in Yankees, right? They'll make money anyways.
Right. We
So
don't get lure of people there. All right.
Yeah. But
cool.
Father's Day come out.
We're playing one of those teams. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. The ones that you think we should win, and then like in true Houston fashion.
All right.
But
what would R2D2 say if he was on the big screen?
He would be giving you sass and telling you to come out. To come out. And he would be like, why the F have you not come out yet? And
Y'all check, Danny. I guess it was that Star Wars night or something?
It was Star Wars night, yes.
I was wondering why it was like a month later.
Oh yeah, it wasn't on May 4th. I know, trust me, I thought of it too, okay? But no.
I'm like, what the hell's going on here? She got the Astros in the background. She's not at the convention center. So, like,
no, Star Wars night. I love Star Wars night.
That was fun.
And I always get the question, why aren't you Princess Leia? No, I want to be a droid. I want to be R2D2.
Mm.
I want to be a sassy old man.
R2D2 got in a lot of trouble.
I know. As a middle child, I can like identify with him.
And then also another Jumbotron moment for you, getting a lot of shout outs tonight. Yeah, show them off, showing off. It was flex time.
I got on a flex cam. I got a really good 8 seconds on the big screen. I was impressed. Okay. And then I was really trying hard. Like, all right, Danny, squeeze as hard as you can. Are they showing?
We saw them popping. You can see the heartbeat going in. I mean, it was just going up and up and up. Yeah. See,
I was like, this is my moment. Don't embarrass myself.
We told y'all there's a reason why y'all need to follow her on Instagram if you're not already.
I know. I just pop up. I love when people message me and they're like, was that you? Sometimes I'm like, yes, that was me.
What's that?
So surprise.
You? Did you see my story while you're messaging me?
I know.
You're like, no one asked, right?
No one asked, but
super.
you know I love attention, though.
Yeah, super early. All right. Well, y'all follow Dani on her IG to know where her tour is and where what her next stop is and where she'll be, so you can come see her in person. And like I said, I'm gonna
Yes.
let y'all know, try to let y'all know, hey Dani, let's try to let the fans know when we're gonna go to the Dash House and spend a couple hours at the Dash House on the 12th or 13th or whatever, the Friday or the Saturday or whatever, and try to let the fans know. And we'll try to lure some people there, get some people out there at the same time, say hello, like you said, take some photos, pass out some stickers, and
Yeah.
have some good times. So we'll see if we can meet some of our fans out there and have a good time. But Dani, tell people where they can find you. So if they're not following you on IG already, they need to be.
I need to. Y'all can find me at H-Town Sports Fangirl, where it's all sports all the time.
All sports, all the time. Volunteer duties all the time. Sun's coming
Yes.
up, and you're checking your Instagram, and then there's a story right there, and you're like, all right, let's see what happened last night. Boom! God damn, girl's working already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, check her out. Volunteer duties all day around Houston, but like I said, won't do volunteer duties for the World Cup, unfortunately. So we're going to have to volunteer ourselves to be getting around and checking out those booths and checking out the fan fest and walking the path. And Dani, I don't know if we can do that 13-mile path, but we can definitely give it a good try.
We can give it a try. I know I can do maybe like 3 miles in like an hour if we're like mall fast walking. Like if we got that down, comfy shoes and
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah,
we got that.
yeah.
But 13 miles, let's just take a
Let's
break.
take a
We
break.
have to. We have what, a month and a half to do
Right,
it.
right. We have to do it in increments then.
Yeah.
We have a month and a half to do it, so increments. All right, we'll make the journey. It's the green belt, right? Or
The orange something.
uh,
The green. No, it is
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. The orange one is the Netherlands walk from Rice Stadium to whatever the hell the football
Yeah.
stadium's called right now. uh,
Yeah.
Reliant Stadium. I don't even know what it's not Reliant. I don't even know what it's called. I think it's Houston Stadium right now, just because there's
It,
no sponsors allowed or something.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't driven by to see if they've taken the signs down or anything.
They,
So
they took them down a long time ago, so I forget what it's called. And man, crazy. I should know. Oh, well, anyways. All right, y'all. Hey, at Dynamic Foxtrot on all social medias, Foxtrot TV, right here. You can see us. If you're listening to us, go to Foxtrot TV on YouTube. You can see us. Otherwise, there's a couple other platforms that does show the video while you can listen to. But otherwise, we are on all your favorite platforms where you listen to all your favorite shows. Check us out. You also have Noodle Time. You also have our Foxtrot game days, our instant rumbles with the interviews with the players. Please check us out. It's we have Spanish as well, Dynamico too. So at Dynamic Foxtrot. And you know what, Dani? I guess that's it. Say goodbye. Anything else you want to say before we let these people get out of here?
no, I guess not.
Say goodnight. That's it. We'll see y'all soon.
Good night.
As soon as we get some news, we'll come back and we'll do a quickie for y'all and let y'all get y'all updated. Maybe we'll figure something out so y'all not so deprived while we're on this break too. But we got the World Cup, so I know you're not going to miss us too much. So we'll come back when the dash comes back. Dani, good to see you. See you soon in Houston. H is up, y'all. Thanks for coming in tonight.